Hi everyone, my name is Tina Tuiolimotu and I am your Training Educational Outreach Specialist for Exceptional Family Member Program, EFMP. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about recreational inclusion. So here's what we're going to be covering. We're going to be talking about recreational inclusion, what it means, what it looks like in action, who benefits from it, the legal responsibilities behind it, and how we can connect with local resources that support inclusion in a recreational setting. Okay. Inclusion is the act of creating environments where all people, regardless of their ability, background, or identity, feel welcomed, valued, and able to fully participate. So, in recreational settings, this means offering equal opportunities for everyone to enjoy engagement and thrive, whether it's in sports, games, classes, parks, or events. So, what does inclusion look like in practice? It might look like a child with autism playing in a community soccer league with the support of a trained volunteer, or an adaptive yoga class where people are of all mobility levels can participate. It's signage in multiple languages, sensory friendly times at the local pool, and equipment that's accessible for all. The goal is not to separate or segregate, but it is to integrate and adapt so that everyone has a place at the table, or the court, the pool, or the playground. So that is what inclusion is. So conveying a little attitude of acceptance, value, and welcoming regardless of ability level, offering the same choices and opportunities to all, and just having a barrier-free environment. So, what does inclusion look like at practice? So, it may include having wider aisles so that individuals with physical disabilities can move around easily, pictured schedules so children with language delays can follow the daily routine, adaptive crayons and scissors that are made for children with fine motor delays. There are technologies to aid those who have vision or hearing problems, or probably having special furnitures for people with any physical disabilities. So let's talk about who can benefit from inclusion. Well, the answer is everyone. Everyone can benefit from inclusion. Okay, there are many different people with in many different ways. So, for example, individual with physical disabilities, such as someone who is using a wheelchair or walker, they might benefit from facilities and programs that have accessible areas so that they can move around. Right? We have our exceptional family members, and those can include with people that are processing these disorders, right? So having an environment where they can thrive, somewhere that has that support and understanding that are present, right? And then individuals with impairments. So that those are people who may have hard of hearing or low vision, so they can benefit from accommodations such as having captions, audio cues, or modified visual aids. People with temporary conditions, like someone recovering from an injury or an illness, so they also need inclusion options so that they don't feel left out or isolated. So those are different type of people that might have different learning styles, whether it's visual or auditory, right? They may benefit from programs that have multiple ways of engaging and participating. Then we can think about elderly individuals who may have mobility or sensory challenges, right? They could appreciate an inclusive space that support continued movement or social interaction. And finally, we are a military community, right? So we do have something there for wounded warriors. So service members that are recovering from physical or emotionally things that they're recovering from, right? They can gain healing, community, and that confidence to um, thrive if they have that adaptive recreation. So, inclusive recreation creates a space where everyone feels like they belong, regardless of their age, their ability, or circumstances. Okay. And then let's talk about the legal responsibility. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is the Americans with Disability Act, the ADA. So, the ADA takes us a step further when we're applying these different laws. And so what they are about is all about public spaces and services. It ensures that public parks, community centers, and recreation programs are physically accessible and offer equal opportunities for everyone to participate. And then another one I want to talk about is a Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. Now, these laws ensure that individuals with disabilities are not excluded from, denied the benefits of, or subjected to discrimination under any program or activities receiving federal financial assistance, okay? So including any public recreation programs. That means that programs must provide reasonable accommodations for people with disabilities so that they can fully participate. Then I want to go over the Act. There is a legal responsibility for Rehabilitation Act of 1973. There's a Section 508. And this section is different from 504. While 504 focuses on access to programs, Section 508 focuses on access to technology with digital content. So it requires that electronics and information technology used by federal agencies, which includes websites or registration platforms and information materials, that it would be accessible for individuals with any type of disabilities, including those who use screen readers or any other assistive technology. Okay, so these are the legal responsibilities, and you can look this up online, you can Google them, but if you want more information, you can look more into depth into that. Now let's talk about some types of recreation, right? Inclusive recreation. So on Camp Pendleton, we have a lot of recreation opportunities. We have youth sports where they have planned out sports for all of our youth according to the different seasons of the year. So if you're interested in learning about youth sports, I do have their website there. We have Lake O'Neill where you can also utilize. We have playgrounds there that are inclusive for all different types of children. We have different activities at the lake that you can utilize. So check out our lake here at Camp Pendleton. We have our step stables where we have horses. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I provided their phone number. And then we also have the beaches here on Camp Pendleton. If you haven't experienced the beaches, we do have 2 here on base, and they have a lot of recreational activities there that you can utilize as well. And then on another note, if you do not know, we do have a lending library here with EFMP, and we have different strollers or walkers that are available for beach access. So if you have any questions about that, reach out to me. We do have base pools here, which is really cool. Coming up this summer, we with EFMP are actually going to be doing some cool stuff at our base pools where our families can come out. We have our base theater, and typically monthly we would have movies with sensory friendly movies for children. And then we also have our other recreational, such as the Leatherneck Lanes, golf courses, mini golf courses. So there are a lot of on-base recreation that has inclusion opportunities. So you can always look onto our MCCS website and check out the different recreations here on Camp Pendleton. I wanted to also offer you guys a couple of off-base recreation inclusion opportunities, and it kind of depends on what areas you guys are living. I have some references here to the Temecula Recreation, the City of Oceanside Recreation, San Clemente, and then if you guys have not heard of the Shea Center, the Shea Center is a great area. We actually had partnered up with them and had a family day with them the beginning of April. So if you want any more information about Shea Center, you could check out their website or their phone number. And then there's a lot of different sports that we have here as well down in San Diego area. So if there's any questions or if you're wondering about any other type of inclusion opportunities or recreations, reach out to us. Here is our information, our EFMP information. We have 4 locations here on Camp Pendleton. Or if you have any questions, go ahead and put a question in the chat box, the comment section. Give us a call, reach out to us however you feel comfortable, and then we'll be able to assist you with any type of needs that you guys may have. So that is my time, everyone. Thank you so much for your attention. And again, my name is Tina, your TEO for EFMP, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.